Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 15 of Across America. Just heading out of the Lewiston Clark Trail State Campground just to the east of Waitsburg, Washington this morning. It's hard to believe that it's already been 2 weeks. Since I started on this journey. From Cape Flattery. I'm not even sure how many miles I am into it yet, but we're almost across Washington. We're about, I think about 72, 73 miles from the Idaho state line. And that's where we're headed today, to Lewiston, Idaho. And I just wanted to add a happy Father's Day to my dad. My dad is 92 years old. And he will be celebrating Father's Day this year without me, with having the family around him at my sister's home. Dad, I hope you have a great day. Hope you had a great day by the time you see this. And all the fathers out there, not just in my family, but everywhere. Men, you're important to your kids. From birth till you're no longer on this earth. They need you. Be a good dad. Jesus can help you with that. Be a good dad. And so just happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Morning. This looks like the downtown area of Dayton. Trying to find my diner up here. Should be up here on the left. Ah, cafe open. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Locally nourished. Open breakfast and lunch, then they close. Well, it's breakfast time, so I'm going in for breakfast. So I'm here at the Locally Nourished Cafe, and for those of you that are cycling or driving through Dayton, Washington, you need to stop here and have breakfast. The breakfast was outstanding here, just very, very good. And the sausage, I think, was homemade. Clearly did not come out of a package. The food here just incredibly good. So you need to plan your day so you come here for breakfast. This place is really worth stopping at. They got a little store in here, a little shop. Clothing, knickknacks, all sorts of things. And then in the back is the restaurant back there. I'll walk back over there. I'm trying to get people to involved in it. And there's a restaurant back there. Lovely little place to come in here and sit and have breakfast. They got these little tables in the back here. The coffee was outstanding. And what a nice place to spend Sunday morning having breakfast. So we will head out and get on the road. I have just booked a motel again. I know I'm doing the motel thing too much, but to camp at the only campground in Lewiston was going to be $57 for the night. I got a motel for, or $67 for the night. I got a motel for $72, and I would rather sleep indoors at $72 than outdoors at $67 and not have to unpack everything. This will probably be not too long of a day. I got an early start, so I'm thinking that I should get over to Lewiston probably by 6 or 7 tonight. Not too bad. I'm not going to push it too hard today. So here I am up at the top of the second, probably biggest climb I've done this morning. I've been kind of undulating between about 1,950 feet and 1980 and about 2,050 feet, so about 100 feet of elevation. So up and down, and it's just real pretty up here at the top, and I wanted to give you a look at it. Yeah, I'm loving this. So here's the town. Finally, I think I rode 1.5 miles getting in here. Trying to find a place to grab a sandwich. Something healthy. Actually, something healthy would be good. Like I did yesterday for lunch, I did fruit cups. I did have a muffin and a banana. But I felt pretty good the rest of the day after having that, until I had dinner, so try to find something like that. I'm here at the Pit Stop Cafe in Pomeroy, Washington, about 40 miles into today's ride, so a little more than halfway. This is kind of a view of the little town here. I'm east of the city center, the downtown area, which was quite nice, and I'm out here at this convenience store, the Pirate Pit Stop and Cafe. It's the convenience store here, I guess named after the local high school team, Pirates, be my guess. And so our plan for the rest of the day is to get this next climb out of the way. I got about 10 miles left on it. I've been working on it for a while now, about 10, 15 miles. It's very gradual. It's not killing me. It's just, it's uphill. And you know me, I complain about it all the time, or talk about it at least. But so get that finished off, and then down into the Snake River Valley and across into Lewiston, Idaho, where I have a motel set up as we talked about earlier, grab some dinner, get to bed, and get up in the morning for tomorrow's festivities out on the bicycle. So the bike's doing well, riding well, and I think it's ready to go again. So we're off. So heading out of Pomeroy here, Clarkston, Washington 29, Lewiston, Idaho 30. That is a good sign to see. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm thinking probably about 4 hours I should be there, maybe a little less, 3.5. And there it is, the Alpoa Summit. I'm there. And now it's downhill, buddy. Nothing like downhill. I just turned the camera on. I'm on the phone with Bill, that's who I'm talking to here, folks. I know you can't hear him, but he stayed with me the entire 2.5 miles up this hill to get to Alpoa Summit. And I think I started at what did I say, Bill, 2,200? Yeah, I climbed about 600 feet to get up here, over 2.5 miles. Now, I've been climbing since I left Dayton this morning. I had a long downhill, and I got down to about I was under 2,000 feet. I was down to about, I'll have to go back and look, about 1,200. So I've been climbing continually since I left, pretty much since I finished that downhill this morning. And I know I was definitely under 1,000 feet. I was about 800 feet. So I've climbed about 2,000 feet over the last, that'd be about 30 miles, 35 miles. And yeah, and now I'm blessed with about, well, how many miles I got left here? I've got 50 miles left. No, I've gone 50 miles. I have 24.6 miles left to get to Lewiston, to get into Idaho. And it's all downhill from here. Downhill or flat. Yep. So there you go. So I am up on the top of Palouse summit. I just finished a climb up here. We're at 2,785 feet. And while the altitude is not impressive, the absolute contrast between where I was and getting up on this plateau, or at the top of this, up on this summit, is incredible. I'm just going to do a panorama here while I talk about it a little bit. So climbing up through here, you've got hills like right up against you all the way up here. Now, mind you, this is eastern Washington. I'm about probably 20 miles from the Idaho border now. And you have hills on either side of you, rolling hills, and we're climbing up through this valley. And we pop up on top of this valley, and there's just this, as far as you can see, this plateau. There are some mountains over in the, and I don't know if you really would call them mountains, well, probably, off in the distance there, in a few places that peak up over the top of this plateau, but it's definitely the highest thing for around here. But it's just the changeover from being in this valley and coming up here was just amazing of how quickly it happened. And this is what you've got up here. So Palouse summit, very pretty. And they farm it up here. There's winter wheat on over to my, well, wheat. I don't know if it's winter wheat or not, but there's wheat off on this side over here. And then it looks like whatever is up further up there is planted. There are farms up here. You see some farmhouses around. There are a little bit of rolling hills in some places, but it's just, to me, it was almost surreal to come up here and see this. And I think we can probably, hopefully Andrea can put together some footage showing some of what I was coming up through earlier in the day as I made my way up here. I've really been climbing towards this since I left Dayton this morning. There's a downhill out of Dayton, or a big climb out of Dayton, then a downhill, and then you're basically just climbing for the next 30 or 40 miles, very, very slowly, and it's rolly. I mean, it wasn't killer, but my brother, God bless him, he called me right before I started climbing the last 2.5 miles of this, which was the steepest part, and he was on the phone with me the whole way up, and we talked the whole way up, and it was a pretty good effort to get up here, but we were able to have a conversation. At one point I had to shut up, and he had to do all the talking, but that was fine. So, but at any rate, Palouse summit. So this may be another one of those little downhills where I just kind of point the front of the bike at the road and go. I'm just checking something here before we do that, because once we leave up here, there isn't any coming back. We'll let our motorcycle friends get ahead of us, and we will just coast. So remember the plateau that we were just on, and observe the scenery as we descend off of it, as it begins to change around us, and we drop down below it. And this is actually going to be, I think, kind of a gentle ride down. Yeah, this is what it looked like on the climb up. It's just this, climbing up through these hills. So we're about 2 miles into this now. Haven't turned a pedal yet. A little bit just to get started. I gotta be truthful. Now we're cooking 30 miles an hour. Oh, there's the runaway bicycle ramp. Yay! Five miles in, still haven't pedaled. And so now we're back down in the valley here. Slowed up a little bit, still going downhill. But you can kind of see what we were up on a plateau amongst all of that, and now we're back in the valley. So yeah, what an almost surreal change of scenery to pop out on top of this and look out over that massive area of flat ground. Just starting to get some glimpses of the Snake River here off to the left. I don't know if you can see through the guardrails there or not. Pull the camera up a little bit. So this here is Silcott Island off to my left here. And we've just kind of joined the Snake River here. This is a big reservoir on the Snake. Beautiful Sunday evening out here. And then back up the canyon behind me that I've been descending off of for about the last 45 minutes. I'm now 13 miles from the summit of Alpoa Summit. And as you can see, the sun's getting low and I need to get on into town here and get settled for the night. So we're going to be rolling along the Snake River here for a bit until we get into in through Clarkston and up to the across the river and into Idaho. Wow, what a tremendous change of scenery on this trip over the past. I got to look back. Today's Sunday, from really last Tuesday till today, from alpine forests and high mountains and snow to these dry, arid hills with a beauty of their own. And now the Snake River here rolling out in front of us tonight as we approach the Idaho border. And some young ladies down there having a kayak. Hi! Getting our first views of Clarkston here. So Clarkston, Washington, our last town in Washington, as we prepare to cross into Idaho here at the river bridge ahead. And I think I have to get off. Nope. Entrance to the state of Idaho, and there's no place to stop to take a picture here. So I'll just cross the river. Crossing the Snake River here. Heading into Idaho. We are in Idaho. Welcome to Idaho.